there's a swing, and there's a high drive to left by Matos. Way back there. It's gone.
There, Cannon. Chapman to deep left field. It is gone. Halfway up the bleachers. Down the line. It will. It is out of here. Encarnacion, first pitch swinging. Deep right center. First pitch of the 10th, and it's a two-run homer.
It's time for the Humm Baby Baseball Postgame Show. Brought to you by our friends at Corona Accounting Solutions. Do you need help getting your books together? Are you scared of tax time? Don't worry, the staff at Corona Accounting Solutions can help. Visit us at coronapdx.com and schedule a consult today. Corona Accounting Solutions. We take the fear out of finances.
Fitzgerald drives that one to center field, sending Doyle back at the wall.
Well, oh well. Oh, sorry about that. What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the Baby Baseball channel. And I said it, the day they lost a couple days back, this team has been pretty resilient. No pun intended. I know that's been the motto for a couple years ago. But look, this is a team that when they lose a tough game, everyone's talking season over, we're done, we stink. They come back and they win the next day, and then they'll win again and win a series. It's happened multiple times. They do it again today, win the series. And the Giants, this is a good team, the Cubs, the Giants go to Chicago and win the series. Yeah, they lost the first game and they bounce back, win the next two, and they're having a fantastic season. This game is what the Giants are all about. It is bouncing back and continuing to win. They're going to lose here and there. So is every other team in baseball. But the Giants have something about them this year, it seems like, where they're just going to find a way to bounce back quickly. And that's a huge key for a winning ball club. And today, another great performance from Robbie Ray, 6 strong, and it gives it up to the bullpen. I was a little bit scared, as most of us were, to see Ryan Walker coming out of that pen in the 9th. I don't really understand it. I know I got to give that confidence. Like if he's in the big leagues and he has a confidence issue, well, I don't know what to tell you. But for me, like after yesterday, he pitched a bunch. He was stressed yesterday. So that's the thing. I'm not saying like, oh, cut him, send him packing. But man, that took guts from Bob Melvin to put Walker in there today. But hey, he got it done. He was looking a little wild. Gave up the hit, but then he got a double play. It was a sharply hit ground ball. Got the double play and then got another ground out. You might call it lucky. Hey, I'd rather be lucky than good. What is going on? Wolf 3100, Eric. What is up? That DP was absolutely huge. If they weren't shifted for pull, Adames might have made that first hit. Dumb analytics. Kevin is here. Zach is here. Wolf is here. Robert Rothberg is here. Zach, rest day tomorrow, and it's off to Target Field in Minnesota, 100%. And also, who else is here? Warlock 9148. Ray is our new Mad Bum. Rothberg rocks. Kevin, Jason Williams, Rainbow Squee is even here. We took the Cubbies. What a series and what a great performance from this team. And you win the series against the Rockies after losing game 1. Lost game 1, not everyone, but a lot of people like, oh, team stinks. Can't beat the Rockies. You stink. You suck. We're going to be 500 in 2 weeks. Boom, you win the next 3. Lose game 1 against the Cubs. Stink. We suck. We're going to be 500 in 2 weeks. Boom, win the series against the Cubs. Robert Rothberg, when will the analysts give respect to the Giants? Giants never really give respect, honestly. Just not considered one of the top teams like the Yankees and the Dodgers and all. That's why even going back to 2010, 2012, 2014, we were always underdogs. Every single series, underdogs. Eric Rakestraw. Is Robert Ray better than a Logan Webb? It doesn't really matter. They're both awesome. He's having a better season so far. but they're both incredible pitchers, and lucky to have both in the rotation. Doesn't really matter who's better. We want them both, right? That's the good thing about a rotation. Unlike a lineup, you got a third baseman. You only have one third baseman at a time. Pitching rotation, take your turn. We got great arms. Wilmer Flores, how many hits today? 1, 2, 3. I lost count. He got the first RBI hit. We have a super chat. It's the Salvation Army. Salvation Army. Good series win. Go Giants. Thank you for that $2. That is going to help out. And so is 999 Corona Accounting Solutions, the sponsor of today's video. Robbie Ray is back. Hell yes. And the Giants have won every game Robbie Ray started. I don't want to call out Malone exactly. I don't remember, but it wouldn't surprise me if he had said that we'd be below by 500. I know he just said we'll be 500 in a couple weeks. We'll be 500 in. We'll be 500 then. It's fine. Malone's a great supporter of the channel, and I do appreciate it. But yeah, I don't agree with, we could be at 500 at some point this year. I hope not. That would be really bad. I'm not saying it's not possible that Giants could have a meltdown second half. Anything could happen. But when you're talking about going to be 500 by 2 weeks or May, that would indicate Giants just absolutely fall apart. And there's really they haven't shown any sign of doing that yet. The Cubs announcers straight up said they didn't think the Giants are for real. I was told by someone who was watching the Cubs broadcast that they were talking smack on the Giants. Today is a positive day. Today is the day. Eric, you need one hit to win the game. Would you prefer Lee or Flores? Well, obviously, if it's a lefty, I'll take Flores. We'll go with the analytics. If it's a left-handed pitcher, let's get Flores up there. If it's a right-handed pitcher, let's go with Lee. That way I can get both answers. But if you really want, honestly, I'd probably go with Lee. I'd probably lean Lee just because I don't know. Flores is so clutch, though. And that's a really tough choice. They made the postseason bracket. Now we're in a wild card spot. Eric, your first search for guys to contend. What's confusing? I gave a quick out of the theater review. I don't know what was confusing about it. With the Giants pitching, they won't go in a prolonged losing streak. Still plenty of ball left. Season to improve. Salvation. Cubs announcers think we are no good. Announcers think, no, we are no good. Off topic. Not really. Not really off topic. It's baseball related, For this channel, that's on topic. We go off the rails around here. Start talking about movies and stuff. We start talking about all kinds of stuff. Do you think Mad Bum is pulling a Lincecum, just quietly retiring, never anything official? Oh yeah, absolutely. He's done. He doesn't want to make it official. But yeah, Mad Bum's finished. His career is done. I mean, unless he wants to pull a Lincecum, get back in shape, and put out some photos of his freaking guns and his six-pack and pitching and hitting 95 on the gun. And if he can do that, some team might give him a minor league contract. Other than that, though, which Lincecum did, but he never made it back to the big leagues. He went and pitched for Round Rock Express for the Texas Rangers, but he never made it back. It's a tough game, dude. It's a tough game. Gotta love when people talk behind your back. Not you, Eric. Yeah, I didn't want to talk smack about you. I didn't know if you were here, so I didn't want to talk trash. But I mean, hey, you can have an opinion. If your opinion is Giants going to be 500 by a date, hey, sometimes you're right, sometimes you're wrong. I'm wrong all the time. Sad stuff. We don't play Blue Girls till June. I'm not sure. I haven't checked the schedule. It seems like it's a while. We're about to play the D-backs, though. Do you agree that Giants are not conceding the division? Oh, no, there's no conceding. There's no conceding. I don't know where I'm at. I'm on some kind of I'm in a ghost town. There's literally buildings decaying, falling apart. There's some scary stuff. No, we're absolutely not going to concede. Tommy Hugsley, we beat the overhyped Chi-Town Scrubs. That's a 2 spot right there. I want to thank you for all the super chats. These are extremely helpful right now. $2 super chat, the overhyped Chi-Town Scrubs. Yeah, they're hyped up, and I think they're good. But you know what? Giants are good. It's a fact at this point. It's a fact. It could change. I know, remember 2016, Giants had the best record in baseball at the All-Star break, and then they went in an absolute meltdown in the second half, ended up barely making the playoffs, and then lost to these Cubs when the bullpen melted down. Johnny Cueto was ready to pitch in Wrigley Field. He was looking great. Everything was looking fine except one thing, the bullpen, and that bullpen imploded. Giants will be there until the last day. Corona Accounting, hit the thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. Let's break this game down right now. So essentially, not a whole lot of runs today, but the Giants did take the lead. Yaz walked or got a hit. Adames got a hit, and then it was Flores with the base knock, bringing in a run. 1-0 Giants at that point. Second run, that was a Chapman got on base. Maybe Flores got up hit. I don't remember who got, but a couple of guys got hits, and then it was Christian Koss. Christian Koss ripped a base hit. 1-run score. Was that the one? Yeah, 1-run scores. Oh, wait, no. Lamont Wade Jr. got a base hit. Lamont Wade Jr. hit a double. That made it 2-0. It was later that Koss got the hit. Koss got the hit that brought in the third run and the fourth run until they overturned it and said he was out. It was a great throw from Pete Crow Armstrong, PCA. So they overturned it, and it ended up it was 3-0 Giants. Back-to-back doubles for the Cubs. They brought in a run, make it 3-1, and that's literally it. The bullpen took care of the rest for Ray. And, you know, there was rumors. Oh, there's a dog. Doggy. There are rumors. There were rumors that Bob Melvin was going to bring in Walker, that he was going to go Doval, Rogers, Walker. And I, like every other Giants fan, was horrified, petrified, mortified, stupefied. And as it turned out, he got it done. Walker got it done. A little bit of luck. He was all over the place. He couldn't locate. He gave up a hit. He was a one-pitch guy, and he couldn't hit his slider. Couldn't throw a strike. Then the ball was hit pretty sharp into a double play, and then we got that last out on a grounder. It's one of those things that I think that inning could have went south, but luckily it did not. 2014 and 2012, we were underdogs and still won it all. 2010 too. 2010 too. Always underdogs. Always underdogs. A Beautiful Mind. Yes. Man, Tommy Hugsley knows your movies. You know your movies. Honestly, I don't even remember where I got that. I said it, but I knew I heard like that somewhere. It was from Beautiful Mind. I think they're asking, are you scared? And he said petrified. Yes, all that stuff I just said. Yeah. You nailed it, man. Giants set a record for runs and extra innings at Wrigley Field. Holy crap, you know, that's baseball, man. You never know what team's going to set a record, what day it's going to happen. That's why you always want to watch every game. You never know when you're going to see something special, a no-hitter. I mean, this game was going into extra innings. It was a typical extra inning game. Well, not a typical, a 2025 extra inning game with a runner at second. Don't get me started. And essentially, it turned into a historic game quickly. And not right away. Like at first, Giants scored the run. We're like, okay, we got our run. We got a couple runs. Now we're looking good. Now we got some padding. Now we got some insurance. And then a few more. I'm like, oh, nice. We got a 5-run lead. Oh, sweet, dude. And then it got 6 runs, 7 runs, 8 runs. And it's like, oh my God. This is like historic. And that's what happened. What's the Beautiful Mind movie about? It is about John Nash, who was a genius mathematician, okay? And it's about his life. That's what it's about. And that's all I'll say. And it's a really good movie. But that's how you play baseball. From now on, that's how we play. Yeah. I said the same thing when I heard Walker was coming in. Well, I didn't say he has balls. I said he's got guts. Same thing. I was like, dude, the guts to bring in Walker in that situation. I know for a fact, if I was the manager of the San Francisco Giants, I'm not bringing in Walker today. Now, I'm not going to tell him like, I don't want to just, ruin, destroy him. I tell him like, you pitched a lot yesterday. You grinded it out yesterday. Take a day today, take a day tomorrow. And when the Twin series, you're back and ready to rock and roll. But we gotta get this W today. And I think we're going to go with Kyle because I think Kyle's going to go in and he's going to lock this down. That's what I would have done. That's what I would have done. Corona just copied my post from Humm Baby's last video. Copy and post. I'm sure it was not intentional. Eric, which one player is impressing you at the present time? Robert Ray. Robbie Ray. Robbie Ray. Maybe it's a genius move. Maybe it's a genius move. No, a mathematician goes a bit crazy. Okay, a mathematician has some mental issues, and it's about that. It's about that. Thank you all, Graham, Admiral, and everyone else. So that's the recap of the game. That's it. 3-1 RBIs today for Flores, Wade is coming around, and Koss. Nice hit for Koss. Nice hit for Koss. It's going to be a little while. It's going to be a little while. I'll be home when I'm home. I'll be home when I'm home. What don't you understand? I'm live. I'm going live anyway, only in the modern day. As much as I complain about modern technology, I do have to concede that, there was a time not long ago that I could not possibly be driving in the middle of nowhere and go live on a moment's notice at the end of the game. Like there was a time I would have had to have my laptop with me and wait till I get to the hotel tonight, right, to get the Wi-Fi and go live. So at least we have that. This is the way. This is the way. Confidence builder for Walker. Rest day tomorrow. Off to Minnesota. Deep thoughts by Eric Berra. 100%. Corona accounting. We get there when we get there. And, I don't even know if I'm going home. Maybe I'll go to Minnesota. Maybe I'll go to Minnesota and check out the Giants. Okay. But SF beats the Twins and T-Wolves this weekend. Let's keep it all the way. 100. Giants win. Giants win. Giants win. Player of the game today, offensive player of the game is going to be Wilmer Flores for multiple hits. 3 hit. Was it 3 or 4? I actually lost count. Maybe he had 4 hits today. I listened on the radio. And also the pitcher of the day, clearly, and the player of the day. Player of the game, Robbie Ray. Robbie Ray is amazing this year, and he's been a critical key piece of this baseball team. Robert Rothberg. Eric, do you think Melvin has complete autonomy? Does that mean he has he's able to do whatever he wants, doesn't have to listen to the front office? If that's what that means, I would say I think yes, because I think that how can I forget his name? Buster Posey. I think that Buster Posey is more old school, strangely enough, even though he's a young guy. He's a younger guy than Farhan, but I think he's more old school as far as the manager. He gives the manager the team, and I think he works with him, and sure, they have a basic outline of what they want to do, but I don't think that he's telling him exactly what to do, as opposed to what time did I go to the movies last night? It's not enough that I go to the movies. You need to know my exact schedule down to the time. If you must know, the movie started at 10:10. Well, the preview started at 10:10, so the actual movie did start actually around 10:30. Actually maybe 10:40. What's up with the previews? Don't get me going on the previews. I always liked that they had a few previews before the movie. That way, you know, if you're running a little late, you can still see the beginning. These days, the previews go for 30 plus minutes. 30 minutes of previews. How much time do you think we have? We don't have time to be sitting there for 30 minutes and then we're already tired by the time the movie starts. And these days, they're like 3 hours long. I've never been to a movie by myself my entire life. It's interesting because I've only, not really, but I'd say 90% of the time I go to the theaters, it's by myself. 90% of the time I go to baseball games, maybe 80 to 90% is by myself. 100% I go alone every time. Yeah, I mean, I have no problem going with someone else, but typically I don't feel the need to invite anyone. And unless someone else wants to go or there's a movie I think someone else wants to see that I know, then I will. But yeah, oftentimes, and if nobody else can go, I go. I'm going to be at a baseball game by myself tonight. I was at a baseball game by myself the other night in Chase Field. I don't find it weird at all. I find it totally normal. One of the other things people have criticized, I've seen this going around Twitter, is one of the dumbest things I've ever heard. I hope my phone's not going to overheat. It's kind of hot. I'm going to turn on my AC. Phone is getting kind of hot and could overheat. So I better wrap this up. I was going to say, I heard people like saying it's weird if you wear like someone took a picture of someone like in a Giants jersey and hat at like a game that wasn't the Giants. It was like Brewers and Rangers or something, and they were wearing a Giants. I was like, that's weird to wear that. I'm like, that's weird to wear a baseball jersey to a baseball game. Like, why would you wear a Giants jersey? I was like, wild guess. This is just a wild guess. Maybe it's a Giants fan who's going to a baseball game because they happen to be in the area. So they love baseball, but they're just repping their team, even though the team may not be playing. Totally normal. Totally normal. I'd rather be at a baseball game or a movie alone than a restaurant alone. Yeah, I go to restaurants alone too. Denny's by myself. By myself. Grand Admiral Posey rep the Giants wherever and whenever. Exactly. You know, I had my Giants hat in Chase Field. Not this one, but I had a Giants hat in Chase Field. And I didn't have a Giants jersey, but there's a reason for that. I was planning on it, but my jersey got not ruined, but it got stains on it from nachos, which is going to be part of the story time coming soon for members. I have a crazy story, and it'll also be public in a shorter version of it. But I want to put the full unedited version for members on how did my jersey get nachos all over, nacho cheese all over it. The breakfast slam, I just had it the other day. The breakfast slam at Denny's. Yeah, I got a stain from the nachos. Long story, but it was a wild story. Other than that, you guys have a great day. Hit the thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button. Giants win the series, and it's off to a day off. A much needed day off tomorrow. And we'll be back heading off to Minnesota. And the card of the day, the ageless wonder. The card of the day, Nelson Cruz heading to Minnesota So Nelson Cruz, the card of the day. You guys remember this guy? I thought he was going to play forever. 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 Kevin and everyone else, let's do it. Bye, bye, baby. Hopefully this phone doesn't overheat on me. Let's freaking go. I can't find the file. Where's the file? Here it is.
When the Giants come to town, it's bye-bye, baby. Every time the chips are down, it's bye-bye, baby. History's in the making at Oracle Park. Cheer for the batter and light the spark. If you're a fan of Giants baseball, sing bye-bye, baby. If you wanna be in first place, bye-bye, baby. And listen to the broadcast on KBR. You'll see exactly who we are. We're the San Francisco Giants, and it's bye-bye, baby. We're the San Francisco Giants, and it's bye-bye, baby. Yes!
Okay, Giants win. Can I get into an altercation or type of, do I look like someone who gets in altercations and fights? Ain't happening. Do I look like someone's going to be fighting at the ballpark like they do at Dodger Stadium in San Diego? It's probably happening in San Francisco too. Ain't happening. I don't care, like people can think what they want, but I never cared. I never cared what people think. So if someone's getting upset, I bump into someone and say, "Hey, mother effer," I'm going to be taking the high road. I'm like, nope, my bad. That's my bad. My apologies, bro. I don't mean nothing by that. You're the man. You're the greatest. You're the freaking GOAT. You were sick. You will kick my ass. You're a strong and powerful dude, bro. And that dude's going to be like, yeah. And he's going to walk off and we're going to be cool. So that's how I roll right there. And that guy thinks he's the bomb and his girlfriend maybe thinks that, but I know I'm not spending night. I'm not getting no fights up in here. Bring your dog to Oracle. So no, there was no altercation, no fights, nothing of that nature. Good guess though. You guys have a great day. Hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. I do appreciate everyone being here. Thank you so much. And we'll go talk to you guys tomorrow. I got to get back on the road again. And we'll talk to you guys in the next video. Thank you again to Corona Accounting Solutions for sponsoring today's video. And other than that, I'm out.
He is stopping. He's going back. He's going to run down. Ball gets away. This one's over. Oh, my freaking goodness.
But I got the Twins signing Carlos Correa.
Jeff Passan has the Giants getting Chris Bryant.
I am taking the Atlanta Braves.
Hey guys. Doggy, doggy. Hello. You so cute. Yes, doggy. See ya.